Welcome, everyone, to the 12-4 episode of Akashic Answers with Emily. I have a very important and timely teaching from the Akashic Records to share with you all today. This teaching contains a transmission that will allow you to find radical breakthrough in areas of your life where you have been stuck and stagnant before. So come on in here. Get ready. We're also going to explore themes of shadow work and ancestral trauma. If you have been curious about these topics and what this looks like, you're about to find out. That's what I'm about to say. Let me also issue a parental advisory on this episode, this teaching today. Parents, if you are with your small children, while I definitely encourage open communication with our children, with our families, full self-expression, what we talk about today definitely needs to be filtered for the littles. So make a note to come back when you can fully immerse, because we are going to hi, Georgie. Thanks for letting me know that I'm not out here alone today. We're going to dive into the shadow side of ambition today. And I'm not even going to lie to y'all. This is an important teaching. I have pages of notes here that I want to make sure to hit all of these bullet points. So I'm going to not even try to hide my script. Those of you who know me, you know I have a history in Hollywood. I've told stories of being on set in Hollywood, especially soap operas where you've got pages and pages of scripts, and we would try to strategically hide it offset, like in a drawer propped up against the pictures that were on set. I can't even pretend to do it today because this is so powerful. Let's talk about why. Let me just create some framework for you all. Yeah, say hello to me once you get here. Let me know that I'm not out here alone. Hi, Joe Fox. I'm so happy that you are here. But help me blow up the algorithms too. Y'all, this is going to be, like I said, a very important training for all of humanity that's going to allow you to experience breakthrough where you've been stuck before. Why is it so important right now? Well, cosmically, we have available energies of ambition. Y'all are ambitious like me. I see you, Deb Duran. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Like draws like. I know that, whether I know you personally or even if I don't, just you being here, I know that you are in that frequency. And there are cosmic energies that are coming in right now that support an increase of our ambition. You might even notice more of a drive, more of an excitement coming alive in you. Right now, this is power that is becoming available to us, all right? Let's think about ambition for a second. What does ambition allow you to do? Ambition allows you to elevate your life. It allows you to challenge the status quo. It allows us to make epic changes for our civilization, which we need right now. We know that we are in a time of shift. We are deconstructing old paradigms and reconstructing new ones. This is challenging work. So we need this power to make these epic changes in our society. All right, here's the caveat. Every energy that is on this planet has a shadow. Okay, energy expresses itself in different octaves. And ambition, while this can be a superpower energy, it also has a gnarly shadow octave. You all, and if there's any part of you that has not transmuted aspects of, here's what's specifically associated with, oh, I have this. See, this is what happens when it's in a different part of my notes. I'm going to jump to it. Here's what's associated with the shadow of ambition, which is why it's so important that you pay attention today. Okay, because your ambition is going to be activated, and the shadow associated with it is rage, resentment, lack, and worthlessness. So if there's any of that left in you, it was left in me. I'm going to share with you what it looks like. But if there's any of that left in you, it's going to get activated during this time. And rather than you being able to harness these powerful energies that are available, you're going to end up in a shit show. Okay? That's why it's so important to have this conversation today. So recognizing this, that these energies of ambition are available, but it's got a gnarly shadow. Also, humans by nature, we are taught to repress things. And so if you have repressed this anger, the resentment, the rage, the lack of worthiness, it's going to be coming out right now. And I want you to have tools so you can deal with it. I asked the Akashic Records, what do we need so that we can work with these energies in their highest form? And the Akashic Records said we need three things. The first one is courage to know the truth. All right, there's an activation coming in right now for everyone in the solar plexus, courage to know the truth. If you want to receive this activation, if you want a higher level of courage to know, to see the truth, to act on the truth, you can say yes right now. Okay, that's the first thing that we need to work with these challenging energies of ambition. The second thing that you're going to need is radical self-acceptance. How many of you want radical self-acceptance in your life? It's coming in through the heart chakra. Say yes right now if you want to receive that. Okay, the third aspect that the guides are inviting us to open to is enlightened self-leadership. Okay, self-leadership, meaning the innate, the wise, enlightened leader within you wakes the F up and starts letting you know behind the scenes what's going on. All right, if you want that activation coming through in your third eye, so you have greater self-leadership, greater vision, more enlightenment, you can bring that into the third eye and say yes now. Thank you, Georgie. I see you coming in. All right, so that's what the teaching is going to drop in here for us today. Now, by the end of this video, you are going to have the courage to meet your shadow in a state of love. Why is this so important? Because as you meet your shadow in a state of love, this is a gateway to the 5D, to the new world, to the golden age here on this planet where we restore the divine blueprint, the divine balance of humanity, where we all exist in a state of peace, power, and plenty. Do you want that? Let me hear you. But I already know you do because your damn soul's here during this time, right? Is that why I'm getting low on doors in my house? Actually, I just meant to scroll. I didn't mean to pop that up. And Georgie, you probably had a joke going on there. You usually tend to add to my humor. Thank you all for being here, by the way. All right? Because you can be anywhere right now. And feel free to add. Please blow up the comments. Things that are pinging in your field. You want to make jokes like I do. You want to laugh. Okay? Let it rip. Totally helps my algorithms too. All right? Okay. So this 5D, this new earth, take a look at the world out there around us. It is deconstructing in front of our eyes, and there is a reconstruction that is happening. Okay, the new earth is being built right now in these moments, our vibrational frequency. Living in a state of peace, power, and plenty. It is becoming available to us. It is already available. It is the baseline frequency of 99.9% of the rest of the galaxy. Earth School just so happens to be a plane of existence where we are still learning through duality and shadow. Okay? It's a very challenging school here on the Earth plane. Also, there's about to be a shift on this plane. The shift looks like a separation of this density, this duality, and the transmutation, the enlightenment, the evolution of the 5D version of the earth, where the divine blueprint of this planet, again, which is peace, power, and plenty for all, is restored. We're a part of this civilization. I want you to think about this, because right now you are a part of history. I am a part of history. Like I said, our vibrational frequencies that we're emitting, it's creating the new earth right now. How are we going to make this shift from 3D to 5D? Think about how civilizations evolve and shift. People have babies, procreation. It's ancestral, all right? So we're also going to talk about ancestral energy today. In this training today, you're also going to get a simple and super practical model of what it looks like to do the ancestral clearing and healing in your family lineage. All right, you're going to clear rage, violence against others and self. You're going to clear unworthiness. You're going to clear debt. You want it? Say yes in the comments. Let me know. All right, so if you are tuning in for the first time, let me introduce myself before we dive in. My name is Emily Harrison. I am the founder director here inside the Akashic Academy. I teach visionaries and thought leaders how to access their Akashic records so they can get instantaneous access to soul level wisdom, guidance, and clarity in their life. The reason I'm so passionate about the Akashic records is before I learned how to read the Akashic records, I was often in a state of confusion about my life, either direction on where to go or understanding why crazy shit was happening to me. Okay, I often felt depressed and overwhelmed with circumstances that were happening in my life. Anybody feel depressed, overwhelmed? I definitely felt like there was more for me in life. I couldn't necessarily put my finger on it. I had really big ideas that I just blew off as ideas of grandeur. Okay. Anybody else feel that way? After learning how to read the records, I learned how to tap into soul level wisdom, guidance, and clarity for the most challenging situations in my life. So I'm going to share one with you today. You're going to get to see exactly what that looks like. All right. So the Akashic records, we are going to be training in our Akashic records today. I'm going to take you into your Akashic records. I want to be very clear though, I'm not going to be training you how to read your Akashic records. If you want to know more about that, I'll share more with you at the end of the show on what that can look like for you. I am going to be taking you into your Akashic records, however, so that you can experience this teaching that's coming in today from your higher mind, the higher aspects of your mind. Oh, by the way, you don't have to open your records. Let me just give you a little background for those of you who are new to your records. Okay. The Akashic records are the realm of consciousness that hold all information, past, present, all possible futures, and is recorded from a neutral perspective. So neutral means unconditional love and zero judgment. This is the God mind, the goddess mind, universal energy, no charge to this energy. Okay, so this is our higher mind or universal mind that we get to tap into. When we tap into the Akashic records and we begin to ask questions, we get intelligence and insight flowing in that can give us that wisdom, guidance, and clarity to figure out what's happening in our life, why it's happening, and what to do next. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to go into your Akashic records today. Every single time you go into your Akashic records, by the way, you expand your bandwidth, your ability to hold this very high frequency energy, this energy of unconditional love and zero judgment. So who don't want that? Although if you want to sit on the sidelines and just check it out at first, be my guest. No judgment up in here. But for those of y'all who are like, I ain't a bench warmer, I'm ready to go. We're going to go into our Akashic records. There are many ways to go into the Akashic records. I'm going to take you on a simple guided meditation today. This meditation is the way my guides have offered me to share how to get into the Akashic records with the rest of the world. All right. All right. So let's rock and roll. Let's go in. Everybody sit up nice and straight. Feel all four corners of your feet on the floor. Tucking your tailbone and your chin under, elongating the spine, laying the palms up and open, receptive. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, creating space. Deep breath in. But pausing at the top of this breath, turn your awareness inward. Can you notice yourself as a creator of space as you gently exhale? Second deep breath in, calling light into your body. Light from 360 degrees enters into your body. Good. Pause at the top of that breath. Every cell of your body illuminating now with rainbow colored light. See if you can notice that in your inner awareness. Good. Nice slow exhale. I am a being of light. Good. Third deep breath in. Call your consciousness into the now. Deep breath in. Pause. What does that mean? It means let go of everything that happened before this moment. Let go of everything that you still get to show up to today. And gently exhale. Follow the exhale with your awareness, but arriving at the end of your breath, fully present in the now, ready to work. Turning your awareness inward, activating the crystalline tube of light. The crystalline tube of light is a piece of technology that runs up and down your spine. Just imagine it. You will make connection with it. Good. With your next exhale, imagine sending the crystalline tube of light all the way down into the core of Mother Earth. Good. And opening up a flow of energy where Mother Earth can support you with that divine genetic blueprint of embodiment, of creativity, of power, of balance. Okay, Mother Earth restoring you to your divine, perfect blueprint of power. You are a being with free will, though, so you get to make the choices. That's why we're going to bring in the intelligence of the Akash to illuminate direction, wisdom for you. Focusing again on the crystalline tube of light, this time sending it out the top of your head, all the way up through the layers of space and time, exiting the universe, exiting the multiverse. Inhale as you anchor into the Akash. Gentle exhale, setting an intention that your body acclimates to this high frequency energy. And the intelligence of your soul, forward and backward through time, becomes available through gold, diamond, and platinum sparkles of light. These photons of light carry intelligence and are spiraling down the crystalline tube now, moving into your body and illuminating perfect intelligence around your divine potentiality. Don't believe that you're in this position or that you're in this space to receive this intelligence. That's because the monkey mind gets in the way. Let's move the consciousness from the monkey mind down into the heart. I like to imagine the consciousness drawing it out as a crystal ball of energy. Sink that crystal ball down to the heart. Bring it back into the heart, activating the heart mind. From here, we're going to sound 5 sacred ohms. Ohms is a vibrational frequency. Ohms. Ohm is a vibrational frequency. What's up, ohms? Just seeing if you're paying attention. Ohms is a vibrational frequency. Ohms. Okay, take like 5. Ohm is a vibrational frequency that prepares the body for communication. So I'm going to encourage you to ohm with me as loud and as uncomfortable as you can. With this ohm, I relax my body. And you can always tell how nervous I am for a show by how bad my voice shakes in the ohms. A little bit nervous. Also excited. With this ohm, I relax my body. With this ohm, I release my ego. With this ohm, I call in the light. With this ohm, I open the Akashic records of Emily Suzanne Harrison. The records are now open. Whew. All right, everybody, take some slow blinks. Come on back into our sacred classroom here together. All right, so let's talk about the problem here. All right. The problem is that if you are here today, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on the replay, you have a ton of ambition. And while ambition has great breakthrough potential for us, it also has a really gnarly shadow side. Ambition has a shadow side. Everything does. And if the shadow side of ambition overtakes you, you will lose your sentience. You become numb. You lose your feeling to everything around you. And you'll also lose access to your power. All right. Another real problem with the shadow of ambition is that if you lose your ability to feel, what you start doing is you start pushing through the pain, whether it is emotional or physical in your life. All right. If you can relate to being somebody who pushes through the pain, whether it's emotional and physical in your life, say yes in the comments. Let me know. Okay. Let's talk about the impact of the shadow. This is what I was sharing with you guys before. The impact of shadow feeling, the impact of the shadow of ambition. The shadow side of ambition is associated and will trigger your rage, your resentment, any issues of lack that you have, any belief systems around lack, and it will illuminate illuminate worthlessness. Anybody dealing with worthlessness right now are noticing that being a theme that's coming up in your life. If so, I'm with you. I see you. I hear you. Let me know that I'm not alone in that. All right. All right. So we talked about the problem. Ambition's here available for us, but it's got a shadow side. The impact of this problem, if our shadow takes over us, we're going to be dealing with rage, resentment, lack, and worthlessness. What's the cause of this problem? Here's the cause, everyone. We are products of our environment. Okay? It is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. Societal programming right now is programming us to feel like we're not worthy, so that we spend our time, our attention, and resources on things that do not elevate our consciousness. You get caught in the trap. You get caught in the world of the 10,000 things. Okay, this is societal programming is part of this cause. Another part of this cause is we have ancestors who have lived some shit. They have lived some trauma, and that trauma has been passed down to us. They've had hard lives. Anybody know of your ancestors who've had some hard lives? You had a hard life yourself. Let me know. Let me know that I'm not alone in this, okay? Let me know in the comments. Another cause is that we are under so much stress in society that we stay in survival mode. This affects me too. All right. Yes, I said the 5D is all around us and we're stepping into it. There are aspects of your life that you have dialed into 5D, and there are aspects of your life that you still haven't. I'm going to share with you now my story of where I haven't and what I've done with that energy. All right. So let's see. First thing I want to say is that my intention is to protect the privacy of my family, who played a part in this lesson with me. My attempt is going to be to not use names. If I slip, I apologize. Just wanted to say that in advance. And yeah, because this is about me. This is about me and my fuck ups. No one else. All right. So to set some context here for you guys, this happened not long ago after running an event. And if you've been following along here in the Akashic Academy, you know that we've run a lot of events. When I say we, I mean my small team, which includes my mom and has included various team members over the course of the years, but reasonably small team when we do our events. But we've done 5 consecutive years at Mount Shasta. We've done Sedona. We've done Santa Cruz. I love doing these events, and they take something from me. They take a lot of energy. It's a lot to prepare the container. It's a lot to hold the container for others. It's a lot as a single mom to prepare to even leave. And I'm usually pretty depleted when I get back. I also trigger a core wound. This is a core wound of society. It's an abandonment wound. Perhaps you've worked on yours. If you've worked on your abandonment wound, let me know in the comments. Type abandonment, and I'll know that you've done some work on yours. I feel like I've done work on mine too. But core wounds, especially societal core wounds, they will revisit. They will keep coming up. I trigger the core abandonment wound in my family with my kids every time I leave. Okay? They're in charge of themselves. They are mostly adults, like a 21-year-old adult, and then a 17 and a 15-year-old. Okay? But I trigger that when I come home. So re-entries are tough. An event not that long ago. I came home from this event, high levels of depletion. I woke up the next morning sick with COVID and felt just like my physical body felt absolutely doo-doo. However, my soul felt excited, happy. Like I said, I love doing this work. I was in 2 dimensions at one time. Anybody have felt like they've ever been in 2 dimensions at once? Science has proven that this is a possibility for us with a double slit experiment. You might have been fascinated by that experiment, but say, what relevance does that have to my everyday life? This is an application of that. This is what it can look like. This is you being in 2 dimensions at once, right? This is also what it looks like to be a society and a civilization in transformation, where we're going from the 3D into the 5D. And there will be time where these dimensional overlaps, these different realities that we can experience overlap each other. This is what that looks like. Okay. Well, I don't know if y'all are like me, but because I can exist in 2 dimensions at the same time, because part of me is depleted and part of me is exhausted, but part of me is inspired in spirit, right? There's also a part of me that says, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And I keep pushing myself, and I ignored a lot of signs. And it was the end of the day, and a kid needed to run an important errand for a social engagement, needed my help for this errand. So I said, sure, let's go. And as a family, myself and my kids, we got in the car, 2 of the kids. I sat in the back seat. Again, pretty calm. But as we were driving, the 2 teenagers in the front seat began to bicker, which started to ratchet some things up in my field. Then I'm back. So my field began to get somewhat disturbed. My depleted nervous system began to become unhinged. Furthermore, the driver of the vehicle began to drive in a frustrated, erratic manner, which further ratcheted up my energy. And I got to a point where I made a decision as a parent and said, hey, okay, after plenty of warnings, and not that I even have to give that many warnings, right? But multiple times I asked, hey, don't tailgate. Hey. Multiple interruptions in my office today. Interesting. Let me just take a moment to get centered. Okay. So after asking many times, I said, pull over. I'm going to drive. And so during the moments of the Chinese fire drill, the exchanging of drivers, my teenage driver continued to mouth me, disrespect me, to epic proportions. And here's an aspect of parenting where I'm not great, you guys. I'm not great at laying down discipline. I'm a softie. I always cave. I do not know why at this moment I decided that I was going to lay down a disciplinary action and not cave. But this is what I did. I said, if you continue to mouth me and disrespect me in this way, we're going to go home. I don't care if we're 2 miles from completing the errand, we're going home. And he continued to disrespect me and mouth me. And so I put my blinker on to turn to go back home. And that's when I was met with obvious frustration, disapproval from my kid, who went into what we do, what toddlers do, really, what young kids do when they're not getting their way. Beg, plead, cry, negotiate. We finally got to his anger. And he began to berate me. Tell me all of the different ways that I'm a shitty mom, which there are ways that I'm a shitty mom. And this rage began to, let me not say began, it snapped in that moment. Like the depletion, the building up in me until this moment, or I should say up until this moment, something fucking snapped. And as this rage erupted within me, I felt like I'm going to fucking hit something. There's a beautiful moment in there for me. As I reflected on it, I found it almost like a chuckled relief. Well, fuck, I'm not going to hit him. What am I going to hit? It was very clear to me that I wasn't going to hit him, but I had to fucking hit something. And as he continued to remind me of all the ways, the part of me that hasn't forgiven myself, the broken part of me, unleashed. And as it unleashed, I punched the GPS system on my car just twice, which is very scary. It's just scary for a kid. Scary for both of my kids. I want to take full ownership that I did that and was a part of me that I felt like I wasn't in. I guess I was in control of the part that says I wasn't going to hit my kid, but the rest of it felt almost uncontrollable. And in that state of being scared, of already being angry, he brought up another very specific one of my terrible mom moments. So we're going to go on a little flashback here together, back to before their dad and I split, which was very tumultuous at the end. We did not have tools to separate ourselves peacefully, so we fought it out to the very end. And there was a lot of extreme agitation, of like energetic agitation of shadow, and just like even deeper than shadow. All right. So guys, we've got our areas of genius, we've got our areas of shadow, and we've got the secret parts of ourselves, right? This was triggering the secret, dark, nasty stuff that we don't want to talk about. And I was triggered one night to this point, and in that state of rage and pain and disassociation, I began to hit myself, punch myself in the face. My kids saw it. And I repressed it. I blocked it out. I mean, I remembered it But in terms of like coming back to it, doing work, is gone. Okay. Back to my car. My kiddo, who's in a moment of breakdown as well, reminds me of this moment. That was psychological torture. What do you think it was like to be a kid and to see you hitting yourself? Remember, I'm already gone at this point. My response in this state of rage is, what? You mean like this? And I did it again. It's really fucked up. So far, these are the only 2 times that I can remember embodying that pain and frustration and rage and worthlessness on myself to physicalize it. I can see other aspects of how, that belief system, which is obviously still somewhere in me, right? That belief system affects me emotionally. I definitely see places in my kids where it affects them emotionally. Let's flash back with me. Follow me here. When I did split from their dad and he left, one of my children went through a stage of self-harm, of cutting himself, and I blamed his dad for leaving. I wasn't able to see that it was mine. Okay, so after this gnarly explosion, what do? Go into the Akashic records, you guys, because I need wisdom, guidance, clarity. I need to figure out what's going on here and how do I fix it. Okay. All right, so I go into my Akashic records and I'm able to see and take ownership of this ancestral trauma that I had blamed, that I had passed off, but it had come from me. And when I take ownership of this and I course correct, I get to shift it forward and backward through time. Okay. The records also helped me understand, again, just the massive pressure that I'm under. You guys are under too. As humans, we are under a tremendous amount of pressure and we become numb to it. We don't ask for help. We continue to plow through to the points of exhaustion. We deplete our nervous system. Very, very challenging work right now. So I share this with you to encourage you. The better self-care you have right now, the more gentle the lessons will be for you. But your lessons will be, if they're not already here, you're not already working with your shadow and your ancestral trauma, you will be. Strengthen yourself. Okay, I was very depleted when mine came up. The records told me how important it was to sit each child down, to take ownership of this pattern, to ask for forgiveness, and to make amends, to make a plan to do something different. Okay? So that's what I did with my kids. But the story doesn't quite end there because I physicalized so much anger on myself. I gave myself 2 black eyes, guys. And within this time frame, I was scheduled to travel for a family event. I hadn't talked to anybody about this yet. I had a very dear friend and team member here at the Akashic Academy that I reached out and asked. I said, hey, I need some witness around some really fucked up things happening. Can you witness for me? She did a fucking marvelous job and made the best joke ever. As I'm going home, 2 black eyes. She said, I hope you packed your Amber Heard makeup. And here's the deal. I had decent makeup. You all know me. I spent enough time in Hollywood. I had decent makeup to cover this. Although, if you were close to me, you could see it. And I thought some people are going to ask. Some people are going to think I got bad Botox, and that's probably fine. But the people who ask, I'm going to tell them the truth. And a handful of people asked, and one of those people that asked was my Aunt Jackie. She said, "Babe, what happened to your face?" And so I told her, and she said, "Hey, let's go for a walk." So we went for a walk, a really, really special walk, a walk in this small town that I grew up in, Louisiana, Missouri, a walk by the Mississippi River, one of the four main tributaries of consciousness here on the planet. This has already been a pretty long video. I'm not going to go into the laundry list of the challenge, you guys, around raising teenagers by oneself and providing for the family. But my aunt had that experience too. She could really, again, witness me. And it felt really good to just have her say, "Hey, I get it." And she also owned up to throwing a thing or two in her lifetime. That's all I'm going to say about her part of the story. But where she connected the dots for me was the rage and the anger comes from my grandmother, who was beaten as a child pretty severely. So of course that creates anger and worthlessness and rage. That shit gets passed down. Okay? Oh, darn it. I said I wasn't going to say names and I said Aunt Jackie. Sorry, Aunt Jack. All right. So, but I did pretty good. That was the only name I revealed. All right. So, Aunt Jackie and I are sitting up at the river and just talking about this, and that conversation, the witness, the love, the tears, the river, being in nature, that's the cleansing. Okay? That's as simple as you need to clear these ancestral energies. All right? All right. So again, just to clarify, how do you heal the ancestral trauma? You got to witness it. You got to identify and take ownership of it. And you've got to create a plan that includes asking for forgiveness. Okay? Tough experience. Thank you all for listening. What has become possible for me now on the other side of this, doing the work at this level? Here's what's become possible. Well, I found a new level of vulnerability and courage by telling y'all this story. I have found radical healing in my immediate family. For those of you who follow along, I told a personal story a couple weeks ago. I do not know what episode it was in, but it was a personal story of how I was taken by surprise at a local community event where I'm thinking I'm just going to watch my daughter, and I didn't realize that all of his side of the family was coming to watch too, and there was this complete and utter separation and awareness of loneliness, and broke down and cried in the theater. Y'all remember that episode? Type theater if you remember the theater episode. But it was late October. Okay. My family in complete estrangement and breakdown. By Thanksgiving, which was last week, I think. Yes. We were all sitting around the same table. That's how fast transformation is available for you. Okay. Laughing around the table too. No shit, no drama, just laughter and healing. And this is why I think every single person on the planet needs access to their Akashic records, needs access to this level of wisdom, guidance, and clarity to lead you through the most epic challenges that you are experiencing right now. All right, everybody, thank you for being here. What did you learn? Let me know what landed for you in the field. A couple more things for you today. I said, for those of you who do want to learn more about reading your own Akashic records, I'm going to give you a link. Oh yeah, we need to close our records too. I also have a really cool video for you, for those of you who are interested in knowing more about, I'll call this a case study today, a case study of how I use the Akashic records, but a really short video that we're going to watch here together. If you've stayed this long, stick around and check out the video of a very dear friend, colleague of mine, and what this work has meant to him and his family. I also want to dedicate this episode to my cousin, Will Jordan, who transitioned 26 years ago today. And I felt you here, Will. Thank you. Thank you for supporting me as I show up and continue to leave my legacy here on the planet. All right. I'm going to bring on a quick video for you guys. Let me know if you can see it. Let me know.
One of the truths that is real for me, and I'm going to invite you to try it on, between epic success and mediocrity is one skill, and it's the skill of course correction. How long will you stay on the ground in the pit of your suffering before you decide to take the breath, to change your posture, to open to receive the new life, the new guidance? The Qigong practices, the breath work, the tonics, the mental, emotional healing, ultimately allow ourselves to have an operating system in our life where we experience more flow, more confidence, more emotional well-being, and ultimately we can make our impact with a greater sense of ease and power. Hey, this is Kai Van Bodie with the Pathway of Power. And I'm making this video today to talk about my friend Emily, who has been a huge influence in my life. I run a brand that focuses on peak performance for men. I'm a father, I'm a husband, and Emily has been there with me through some of the most epic celebratory moments and some of the most challenging moments. And what I'd say is unique about Emily is that she is so tapped into the higher energies of our mind and of the field of all intelligence, and yet at the same time she's so grounded, she's so connected to her heart and to her body. And it's rare to meet someone that has that level of intuitive gift and is also able to say that connected to the earth and to herself. She's incredible in that she really cares about the people that she works with, and she will take them, she will go to the ends of the earth for them. She really cares about what she does. And then, you know, some of the experiences that I've had, some of the results that her work has created in my life, it's helped me in moments where things were really difficult to find the higher levels of truth. And by not only understanding them, but by being able to feel them and know them, it made difficult situations, it turned the wound into the gift. It helped me see the gift in the challenge and then be able to harness that energy. And that overall, you know, being able to connect more to the Akashic records, to the field of all intelligence, and be able to trust it and to access it on my own, it's created more peace, more joy, more abundance in my life. So if you're thinking about working with her, it's a no-brainer. And it's rare to find someone with this level of heart, this level of intuitive gift, this level of groundedness, who can also systematically teach other people how to do the same thing. She's done work with myself, with my wife, and it blew my mind the way she set my wife up to ask questions to the records. And in a very short amount of time, my wife was able to connect to perspectives and truths that she felt were true in her own body that were massive upgrades to the truths that she was operating on previously. And she did it in a way that was empowering. So I can't say enough good things about Emily. And if you're seeing this and you feel called and it's aligned, then just step in and discover what's possible when you have that type of connection to the field.
I love Kai. All right, thank you all for sticking around. I forgot we got to close the record. So bring those hands together in prayer pose. Slight pressure against the left and right palm, thumbs touching each other in the heart. May you have the radical courage to see yourself in truth, in love and compassion, and the ability to transmute and heal just by showing up, being present, witnessing. The work's not that hard. It's hard, but it's not that hard, guys. You got this. Giving thanks for all knowledge and healing that comes forward in this space and acknowledging the frequency of oneness. That means the power that has become available to one of us, may it become available to us all. Aho. With one final Om, closing the Akashic records. The records are now closed. All right. See you next week, guys. Oh, I do want to issue a call to action here. If this has been valuable for you, if this has helped you, share it out. Okay? This is the kind of raw, dark, gritty conversation that is going to help a lot of people. So thanks for helping me get the message out there.